at a certain point of the show, here comes out of the crowd this Amazon of a woman and begins shaking Terry Runnels like a rag doll.
There's that woman again! That woman, a huge woman, is bear hugging, shaking her like a rag doll!
I remember my wife said, "Oh my God, who is this woman? Is she from the crowd? She's gonna tear Terry Runnels apart."
Who is this person?
Through the arena, I saw her and I went, holy cow. That's probably the most impressive girl I've ever seen.
I'll never forget the first time I saw Joni. She was stunning. That was the only word I could think of, stunning.
No one had ever seen the likes of her before. In my mind, we haven't seen the likes of her since.
When I first met Chyna, well, she was with Hunter. Chyna was somebody that doesn't drink or do drugs or anything like that. And the rest of us, after the show, all we did was drink and take pills. And I would be traveling with them. And, you know, Hunter and Chyna's relationship seemed good, like, on the surface.
Joni and Triple H worked together for quite a while. Joni was loyal to him. She loved him. She was very much in love with him.
I remember the first time they walked into my house. It was almost bigger than life. But they were perfect together. I think he loved her just the way she was.
Honestly, was Hunter the love of your life?
Very much so. I was very, very much in love with him, yes.
I don't think it was a secret that they were together. I think people were just taken back that somebody like Paul, for whatever reason, would choose to have a relationship with somebody like Chyna.
She got a lot of flack for the way that she looked, not just because she was huge, but because she had a certain sense of masculinity, and the fans loved to hate her.
Put her down on her knees where she belongs.
Oh, come on, Rob.
I've definitely seen pressure of losing weight, getting implants, taking steroids. I've seen that way too many times.
She definitely wanted to have more of a feminine appeal. And I think that she felt that the only way she could do that was surgically.
You had your jaw reconstructed to look more like a woman. True or false?
What is that?
I had reconstructive surgery on my jaw for an underbite that I had.
Oh, I see. So it isn't about you looking more like a woman.
No.
I think she felt like that was the last piece that she had to take care of in order to get to a sense of self-acceptance. That not only was she big and strong and muscular, but that she was very feminine and could be sexy.
I think I display an enormous amount of femininity.
Oh
and
yeah,
I
I'm not saying that, but the look is one of...
The look is strength, and I think, to me, what
Strength
demonstrates...
is a male word. A male word.
Strength is a male word, because I think that women are afraid to show strength because they get chastised for it.
And society likes beautiful women. And so she did what she needed to do. That's kind of when her career just sort of skyrocketed. It was an inundation of Chyna. She did the Playboy thing.
When I did my Playboy, I made more money doing one Playboy than I had in 5 years cumulatively of working for the company.
She did feel a lot of insecurity because she'd say, oh my God, I just do not fit in with these beautiful women. But they all thought she was awesome.
If you do happen to pick up an issue of Playboy, after you see my ass, you can kiss it too.
You wanted storylines that involved you wrestling men, right? And Vince, for the most part, wanted you to wrestle against women. Was that at the heart of one of the problems?
Yeah, my character was going backwards. For 6 years, I had wrestled men, and then all of a sudden, I wasn't supposed to fight the guys anymore, and I was supposed to be this women's champion, and who was I going to fight?
But isn't it possible that the public does not want to see men losing to women?
Yeah, but there was nobody there at that point that didn't want to wrestle me. How was I going to step backwards and wrestle women that didn't have the experience from the guys that I was wrestling every day?
They're taking this woman, 5'9", muscular, and turning her into a diva. Although they couldn't chisel her down into a 5'5", size 2, they did the best they could to make her a diva.
I mean, it seems like a big turning point in her story.
I think that was it. She's so full of everything that you want to be around to somebody that just, I would, in a sense, completely goes dark.
Joni was all about trusting people, being loyal. In pro wrestling, you don't have that. Shame on Triple H. He broke her heart. There's no other way to say that. He broke Joni's heart.
We had a huge house in New Hampshire. His career was moving up, and therefore he was having a lot of, meetings with Vince and Stephanie and like the crew there. I should not be like the jealous, wifey and get on his case about being too friendly with the boss's daughter or with the boss. Just let him do his thing. I was so proud of him.
By the time, Triple H and I started our on-screen storyline, we just sort of had great chemistry, and it just went from there.
Hunter, I take thee as my husband.
Our storyline was, that we were married and we took over the business and drove my dad out. One time when I was standing around the ring, he sort of crawled around me. He was, on the floor, and he felt my leg. And I was like, that's definitely flirtation there.
That's not part of the script.
I would ask Hunter time and time again. I figured it's better just to address the problem and ask him honestly. So we got into a heated argument. I told him, I know something's going on. Don't tell me something's not going on. He swiped my hand. I swiped his hand. I knew at that point I had to leave. But I needed some sort of closure. And I found a love letter from Stephanie that had dated a year back. So the whole time they were doing the storyline, basically they were together.
When I found out, I was devastated. It hurt me. I'm a human being, and nobody, whether you're a celebrity or whether you're not, likes to be cheated on, especially when it's with the boss's daughter.
She's Vince's daughter.
Sure.
As long as you keep her happy.
It's a hell of a cash upgrade.
And also, she's very feminine.
Right.
I mean, you would call her a feminine woman.
Right.
She's certainly not like Joni.
I think when she met him, she found somebody that she really loved, and I think she was devastated when that relationship ended.
Love, you can't stop love. But I was like, how then do I deal with the emotional side of this happening and keeping my job and moving forward?
Tell me whether your relationship with Triple H and now his relationship with Stephanie sped up your departure from the WWF.
Well, officially, I could say no, but I don't think I'll ever know the answer to that. In the back of my mind, I'd like to say, of course.
Well, we decided not to renew her contract. Her deal to me was, Chyna is as valuable to WWE as Stone Cold Steve Austin is.
Because I did feel that I was top talent there, and I was included in every other aspect as far as top talent was concerned, except for financially.
She wanted to be cut loose, or she wouldn't have demanded $1 million a year.
When the WWE decides to part ways with somebody, there's always the excuse. Oh, they got too big for their ego. They got hard to deal with. They wanted more money. Out of the thousands and thousands of people I worked with, she'd be the last one to have an ego when she had every right to have an ego.
I was sitting in a Jerry's Deli eating lunch, and a fax mysteriously went to Jerry's Deli, and it was from the WWE, and they said they wouldn't be needing me anymore.
It's something that the company's actually very good at doing, and they did it with Joni, which is that once she was let go, it's like she was completely erased.